No contradictions in Khazanah appointments. Customs begins automatic tax migration process. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohana Priya. Welcome to News on 2. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad reiterated his stance to further strengthen Islam through the three thrusts which he recently announced. The three thrusts are Gagasan Islam Rahmatan Lil Alamin, or Islamic concept on blessings and well-being, Maqasid Sharia, or objectives of Sharia in governance, and the New Malaysia Ideals. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Dr. Mujahid Yusof Rawat, said the matter was stated by the Premier at a meeting with clerics and Islamic scholars in Putrajaya. In addition, Datuk Dr. Mujahid said the Premier expressed confidence that the Islam under the administration of the Pakatan Harapan government will adhere to the teachings of the Quran and Hadiths. This means that all teachings of the Quran will be implemented in the daily lives of Malaysians and will hopefully bring more success to Muslims and non-Muslims.
Tun mempunyai satu visi yang besar ini, iaitu mahu para alim ulama di dalam pertemuan tadi menyebut bahawa negara Malaysia ini adalah satu ruang yang cukup terbaik untuk kita paparkan Islam yang lebih compassionate sehingga ia melahirkan satu pembangunan dari sudut kemanusiaan dan juga pencapaian ekonomi yang baik.
Datuk Dr. Mujahid said he will specify the details of his meeting with the Premier, and a special monthly discussion will be proposed to discuss issues involving Islam. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's decision to lead Khazanah National Berhad as chairman is aimed at improving the country's economy. Commenting further on the matter, Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail said the appointment did not contradict Pakatan Harapan's manifesto on reducing the power of the Premier and not having any political appointments in government-linked companies.
Khazanah eloklah pergi kepada Menteri Ekonomi dan juga ada Menteri Perdana Menteri. Jadi tidak ada, saya tak nampaklah macam bercanggah sangat sebab dia merangkumi apa bidang penghususan Khazanah terdapatkan laporan.
The Deputy Premier said this to reporters at Parliament yesterday. The Prime Minister's office, in a statement released yesterday, announced the appointment of Khazanah's 5 new board of directors, with Tun Dr. Mahathir as the chairman and Minister of Economic Affairs, Datuk Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali, as one of the directors. On July 26th, Khazanah's entire board of directors, including its managing director, Tan Sri Azman Mokhtar, resigned to facilitate a smooth and orderly transition under the new government. Parti Keadilan Rakyat, or PKR de facto leader Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim refuted speculation that Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad is using PKR Deputy President Datuk Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali to limit his influence within the government and the party. Elaborating further, he said the Premier's actions should not be interpreted politically, as Tun Dr. Mahathir needs to be given the space to lead Malaysia. Datuk Sri Anwar admitted that it is rather difficult to prevent people, especially political members of the government and the opposition, from speculating. Regarding the curbing of his influence, Datuk Sri Anwar reiterated his lack of worry in the matter, as he knows the strength of PKR and his good relations with friends within Pakatan Harapan. Datuk Sri Anwar spoke to the media last night after attending Tahlil prayers for the late Sungai Kandis Assemblyman Mat Shuhaimi Shafi'i in Setia Alam, Shah Alam. Commenting on rumours that he would be challenged for PKR's presidency, he said they were merely rumours, and since PKR is a democratic party, anyone is free to make a bid. On Monday, Economic Affairs Minister Datuk Sri Azmin Ali similarly dismissed claims that Tun Dr. Mahathir was using him to keep Datuk Sri Anwar in check. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad paid tribute to national warriors for defending and maintaining peace from the threats of violence in a 1-minute 40-second video clip uploaded to YouTube in conjunction with Warriors' Day celebration yesterday.
Tanpa mereka sudah tentu kita akan dibanjiri oleh ramai orang asing yang masuk dalam negara secara haram dan kita akan menghadapi banyak masalah. Selain daripada itu, kadang-kadang ada kegiatan ganas oleh pihak-pihak tertentu. Kita jangan lupa bahawa pahlawan kita lah yang menyelamat kita daripada percubaan oleh kumpulan pengganas dahulu untuk merebut kuasa di Malaysia. Pahlawan kita rayakan.
Warriors' Day is celebrated on July 31st each year, and since 1968, the Armed Forces and the Royal Malaysia Police took turns to organize the celebration. The celebration held at Putrajaya yesterday was organized by the Armed Forces and was graced by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Muhammad V. The sole Malaysian representative who was detained by the Israeli regime at the Givon prison in Israel, Professor Dr. Muhammad Afandi Saleh, has safely arrived in Kuala Lumpur after being released by Israeli troops on Monday. Humanitarian Care Malaysia, or MyCare, in their Facebook posting said Professor Dr. Afandi's wife and children were at the KLIA to welcome him home. A total of 22 activists who were on a humanitarian mission aboard the Al-Auda flotilla ship to Gaza, including Professor Dr. Afandi, were abducted in international waters by Israeli troops at 7:15 p.m. Malaysian time last Sunday for no apparent reason. MyCare chairman, Professor Dr. Hafidzi Mohammad Noor, said Israel's actions of detaining the crew of Al-Auda in international waters was considered a violation of maritime law. On July 22nd, Al-Auda, together with two smaller vessels, Huria and Palestine, left the Messina port in Sicily, Italy, to provide aid for Palestinians in Gaza. The body of Siti Nur Lesmawida, who was killed in an earthquake in Lombok, Indonesia on Sunday, was laid to rest at the Raudatul Sakinah Muslim Cemetery in Gombak, Selangor. Siti was killed when the walls of a building collapsed on her after a powerful 6.4 magnitude earthquake hit West Nusa Tenggara and Lombok. The remains of Siti Nur Ismawida arrived at the Ar-Rahimah Mosque in Kampong Pandan, Kuala Lumpur, from the Kuala Lumpur International Airport at about 7 p.m. for funeral prayers before burial. She was laid to rest at around 8:40 p.m. Meanwhile, the victim's father, Ismail Abdul Rafa, thanked those who helped bring her remains home, particularly the Foreign Ministry.
Ya, saya pun sendiri pun sebagai keluarga bapa kepada Allahyarhamah tidak tahu sangat cenderung daripada segi menaikkan nama negara. Sebab saya sendiri pun selepas ni baru saya terbaca dalam media-media bahawa rakan-rakan dia sendiri pun merasa kesedihan atas pemergian dia.
Ismail also expresses deep gratitude to all parties for their concerns and assistance during this difficult time. The Human Rights Commission of Malaysia, Suhakam, aims to cooperate with the Broadcasting Department in a bid to raise public awareness on issues involving human rights. Suhakam Chairman Tan Sri Razali Ismail said the cooperation is also to share information on human rights reaching up to the grassroots level through RTM's widespread coverage.
Yalah, RTM ada yang extensive coverage. Dan dalam bahasa kita, this is the opportunity for RTM to work with us, or we work with RTM to really extend it and work out and outline macam mana we can do each part of how we can meluaskan lagi kesedaran human rights.
The matter was discussed during his meeting with Broadcasting Department Deputy Director General Abdul Muiz Shefi in Angkasa Puri, Kuala Lumpur. Suhakam Commissioner Dato' Lok Yim Peng also visited the premises to observe the operations of both television and radio news. The Pulau Pinang Road Transport Department, RTD, issued 895 summonses to lorry drivers for various offences throughout an operation dubbed Operasi Lebih Muatan, which has been ongoing since July 10th. Among the highest recorded offences included carrying loads exceeding the weight allowed, with 282 summonses issued. Pulau Pinang Road Transport Department Director General Muhammad Johari Mat Noor said 446 out of 927 cars inspected were found to have committed various road offences. As for the other offences, carrying hazardous load saw 36 summonses issued, 35 for driving without a licence, 26 for driving with an expired licence, and 36 for driving without a commercial vehicle driving licence. Meanwhile, 211 summonses were issued for various technical offences, while 269 summonses were for other offences.
Operasi ini kita fokuskan kepada lori-lori yang membawa muatan, khasnya lori tipe, yang diberi kebenaran untuk tambah pagar sisi. So, kebenaran tersebut kita benarkan khasnya untuk membawa hasil-hasil pertanian seperti kelapa sawit, beras, padi. Tapi apa yang berlaku membawa bahan-bahan binaan.
He was speaking after conducting the Operasi Lebih Muatan at Stesen Penguatkuasa in Valdor, Nibong Tebal. 112 officers and personnel were involved in the operation, which ends on August 9th. 300 houses were totally destroyed in a fire at Kampung Air Hujung Sempurna, Sabah. Tawau District Fire and Rescue Chief Ismaili Ismail said the fire was believed to have started in one of the houses before spreading out quickly to nearby houses. Ismaili said around 43 firemen in 4 fire engines from Sempurna, Tawau and Kunak stations were deployed to the scene following a distress call at 5:58 p.m. He also noted that the close proximity of the houses contributed to the rapid spread of the fire. Ismaili further said the fire and rescue team, however, managed to control the fire around 9:15 p.m. with the assistance from the Royal Malaysia Police, the People's Volunteer Corps, RELA, Malaysian Civil Defence Department and Water Department. Welcome back. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Muhammad V spent time last night to send off 483 Malaysian Hajj pilgrims departing to Mecca at the Tabung Haji Complex in Sepang. The King, who arrived at the complex at 10 p.m, was accompanied by Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Dr. Mujahid Yusof Rawal. Also present were Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Fuzia Saleh, Federal Territories Mufti, Datuk Dr. Zulkifli Muhammad Al-Bakri, and Saudi Arabian Ambassador to Malaysia, Mahmud Hussein Katan. So far, 17,000 Hajj pilgrims had already arrived in the Holy Land in stages via 40 flights. Around 81 flights were provided by Malaysia Airlines Berhad and Flynas to transport more than 30,000 pilgrims. The last batch of Malaysian pilgrims is scheduled to arrive in Jeddah on August 15th. The Royal Malaysian Customs Department will begin automatically migrating companies registered under the Goods and Services Tax, or GST, to the Sales and Services Tax, SST, today. The department expects 70,000 companies to register under the SST as compared to 472,000 companies when GST was enforced. Its Director General, Datuk Sri Subramaniam Tulasi, said the registration will be implemented automatically using available data from the GST computer system.
Kita migrate dan masukkan dalam sistem MySST. Ya, bermula pada hari esok, dan syarikat-syarikat yang layak didaftarkan ini kita akan maklumkan mereka ya melalui email untuk semak butir-butir berkenaan.
Elaborating on the list of goods that will be on the SST list, he said it would be enforced on only 6,400 goods as compared to 11,197 under GST. hence reducing the cost of living, besides increasing the purchasing power of consumers. The department is currently holding SST seminars for local companies to provide a detailed explanation regarding the SST re-implementation. Dato Sri Subramaniam said if a company is found trying to manipulate the system in a bid to avoid the payment of SST, stern action will be taken under a new act. The company can be fined up to a maximum of 20 times the tax value not paid or a jail term of 5 years, or both upon conviction. The Ministry of Primary Industries will establish a memorandum of understanding with China on the palm oil issue. Minister Teresa Kok said the agreement would be sealed when she accompanies Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad in a visit to China this September.
Jadi bila yang profesor ataupun penyelidik di China, mereka mengiktiraf yang kebaikan minyak kelapa sawit ini, saya rasa adalah lebih mudah bagi kita ni untuk mengeksport minyak kelapa sawit ke pasaran China.
Yeah.
Speaking as a guest of RTM last night, the Seputeh MP also commented on the Malaysian Sustainable Palm Oil or MSPO scheme, which will be expanded to strengthen the country's oil palm cultivation.
Setakat ini, hanya 16% daripada perladangan kelapa sawit ini telah pun mendapat sijil ini, MSPO. Kami memang nak menjelajah di seluruh negara untuk memberitahu penanam sawit kelapa sawit kita ini tentang konsep MSPO.
Women's top seed Tai Tzu Ying extended her unbeaten run to 30 matches to reach the last 16 of the BWF Badminton World Championships in Nanjing, China, while Liu Darren, the sole Malaysian representative in the absence of Dato' Lee Chong Wei, also won. World number 1 Tai Tzu Ying is the woman to beat. On Tuesday, the Taiwanese shuttler made light work of Australia's Xuan Yu Wendy Chen, winning 21-10, 21-16 to secure her 30th consecutive victory. The 24-year-old now faces American Zhang Beiwen for a place in the quarterfinals as she bids for her first world title. In the men's singles, Liu Darren is flying the flag for Malaysia after three-time runner-up Lee Chong Wei withdrew with a respiratory illness. Liu started brightly in his first-round match with 13th seed Jonathan Christie of Indonesia, going 14-4 up before claiming the opening game 21-12. And then the 30-year-old took to the second 21-16 to reach the last 32, where he will face Misha Zibelman of Israel. There were victories for home pairings in the mixed doubles. 9th seeds He Jiting and Du Yue needed 3 games to defeat Li Yang and Su Ya Qing of Taiwan 19-21, 21-19, 21-10. 5th seeds Jia Nang and Li Yinhui were pushed hard in the second game against German pairing Peter Kurzbauer and Olga Konon, coming through 21-10, 25-23. And that concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. In our top story, Customs begins automatic tax migration process from GST to SST. News on 2 will come on again at 7 this evening with more updates. Till then, I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching.